I'm making a beef stew today. And this is how I start. I have my mirepoix of carrots, celery, and shallots chopped up in the bottom. And on top, I have an awful lot of meat. I have some stew beef, I have a soup shank, and there's some skirt or steak there, which these tend to be tougher cuts. So what I'm going to do is put them in my oven for 400 degrees until they're nicely browned and the vegetables are a little soft. And then I'm going to put them in my soup pot. What I put on there was garlic powder, onion powder, Redmond real salt, and pepper. And that is kind of like my go-to arsenal. The other thing that I'm going to add to this is a zucchini, and yeah, it's a pretty sad looking zucchini. But see, this is the beauty of soup. If it's a little bit ugly and it's a little bit past and starting to go, you just chop it up, you throw it in there, it's good. It's fine. This is an excellent way to save your food. If you've got vegetables that are starting to go off, this is a tried and true Italian thing called minestrone, which basically means garbage. So all the stuff that you would throw in the garbage, you're just going to throw it in your soup instead. And it's still good. And when you mix everything together, it tastes good. Okay, so the zucchini's chopped up and in the pan, and while the rest of this is cooking in the oven, I'm going to add some stuff to the pot just to get it prepared. So I have a couple of things that I like to do that are some hacks when it comes to beef in particular. I like to add a little chili powder for some zing. You don't really taste it as long as it's just like maybe a tablespoon or two. The rosemary, thyme, probably a couple teaspoons each of those. Beef gelatin powder. Now the key to this is it's wonderful. It really adds a lot. It's like turning any soup or stew into a bone broth is what it does. This is excellent for your gut health, your hair, your nails, your arthritis. And then we have the bouillon. I'm going to put a teaspoon, maybe a couple teaspoons of this in there. The beef base, maybe a tablespoon or two of the minced garlic, because I don't like dealing with the garlic, so I like it coming out of a jar. And my next go-to, medium or mild salsa. It's not really spicy. There's a tomato base to it. Tomatoes are excellent with beef, especially if you're dealing with some of the bones like we have in the soup shank, and it helps to draw out some of the nutrients in the bone and adds a nice full-bodied flavor to the soup. Tip for the beef gelatin, I take 3 scoops of it and add it to 2 cups of cold water. Very important that it's cold and not hot, or it will clump. And you just stir it all up till it's well incorporated, or blooming, I guess is what it's called. And I will add that to the pot in a minute. So I put all those ingredients in the pot, and I put the pot on to boil, and I have about 4 cups of water in here right now. I use 2 cups to bloom the gelatin and another 2 cups for good measure. And there is a couple tablespoons of that bouillon in there as well. And now the meat and mirepoix are done cooking, so I'm going to take those out and I'm going to put those into the pot. As usual, I have a problem determining the size of things. This does fit in here, but we're talking just barely. I probably should have used my bigger pot, but that's okay. So I'm going to let this cook probably for at least 2 to 3 hours. So here we go, the next step. It's been a couple hours. I removed the bone and the gristle. I'm going to pick some of that meat out, though there's still some good stuff in there, from the soup shank, and broke up some of the pieces, the larger pieces of the meat. And that's, that could be done, but I like to add a little extra. I've been kind of obsessed lately with red lentils. So I right there have a cup of red lentils. I'm going to rinse them and dump them in and cook everything for about another hour. So here's the end result. It's very thick and very hearty and very beefy, very lentil-y, and very delicious. I'm gonna plate myself up some and wait for it to cool, and I'll have enough of this for a few different days. If you're enjoying these videos and you're looking for some specific guidance regarding your health, a specific issue you might be dealing with, or how you'd like to incorporate some more healthy ways into your lifestyle, check out my link in bio and make an appointment with me. I look forward to seeing you.